So glad you could join me. You're going to be glad you tuned in tonight because I got some really exciting stuff. We bought a new van. Yes, it took a bit of time. Our last one that got stolen. So anyway, forget that now because we've moved on from there. We got a lovely van off a friend of ours. Obviously, we need a van with 3 dogs. We've got Skyla, and a wheelchair and a mountain truck. We've got Mika, and a little pug Luna. So you can imagine a car is not just going to do it. So anyway, excitement or what? Now, the first thing we're going to do, we'll have the van hopefully this week. And as well as tell you about the exciting walks that we're going to do with Skylar in the wheelchair, I'll just begin with what we're going to do with the van. At the moment, yes, it's just a van. So we intend to, at as least cost as possible, which means donated bits and pieces, stuff that we find, because we're very good at that. We're going to do it out as a little camper van, but only half of it, the rest, will have dog cages in it. The reason for that, these dogs don't use cages, but we're going to have to, obviously, for safety's sake, pin them in, clip them in, so that the dogs are fine as we're travelling along. We'll be able to see them as well. I don't know if it's ever been done, but we intend to take them to Snowdon. Now, obviously, Skylar, she's in a wheelchair. So what we're going to do is go as far as we can without compromising safety, because you've got to think of that. Obviously, it's a mountain, but there are quite a number of trails up there, 2 or 3, that we will find suitable for Skylar. I mean, some of those trails are really hairy, obviously, we won't be going that way. So we've been looking at the Snowdon Ranger Path, which is clear paths. There's plenty of open green space. Some little dip pools where the dogs can, if it's a bit warm, which we hope it will be, but not too hot. We don't want to go when it's cold, obviously. So there's some couple of lakes on the way on the Snowdon Ranger Path where the dogs can take a little dip. So the steepness of this section makes it slightly harder than the Clanberries path. So if all you want to do is go to the summit of Snowdon with your pet, don't go that way. There's a lot quicker. Our aim is, we're already doing a little event in Cornwall, which will probably be around May, June. The Snowdon trip, we hope, because Skylar's going up in a wheelchair, is going to be the one as well that gathers funds for the PDSA, who do an awesome job. And you'll see the PDSA bucket just behind me. We've had T-shirts, banners, balloons sent to us, and the PDSA buckets. But I'm just checking the screen, make sure my finger's pointing in the right direction at the bucket. There it is. This walk that we're going to do, we've got to really get it together. So we're going to spend the next couple of days into March. March and April are going to be just about getting the van ready for the trip, getting it insulated so everybody's warm, put everything in that we need. And don't forget, Snowdon is not that we expect to go all the way to the top. As I say, we just want to go as far as we can, what is comfortable for Skylar and safe, obviously. So what will we need? For us, we're going to need decent walking shoes. Don't even think about going up in trainers. You need some good walking shoes with grips, because, okay, people don't realise that Snowdon can be very dangerous, all depending which way you're going, all depending on the weather. You can start out going up Snowdon, and it'll be a bright sunny day, and all of a sudden that can change, and a low cloud will come down, and you can't see where you're going. So you've got to be very careful. So we're going to kit ourselves out and the van. We want all weather clothing, hat, scarf, gloves. The summit can get very misty, but as I say, I'm not quite sure we're going to get that far at the moment. We'd love to. It would be fantastic if we could actually get up there somehow with Skyla and sit on the top at the summit with Skyla in her wheelchair. I think that would be a right amazing feat, and perhaps the first dog in a wheelchair to do that. That'd be something, wouldn't it? So, you want a heavy duty backpack with all your mountain stuff in it. That's items like a torch, plenty of water, an area map, maybe a compass. Make sure you've got a mobile phone that actually has a signal, calorie snacks, and a whistle. Why do you want a whistle? Because if you got stuck anywhere and anybody's looking for you, if you've got a whistle, that's what they're going to hear. Simple thing, isn't it? But of course, that's something that you might need. Let's hope you don't. The same protection for your dog. You pack a nice front range harness, an extendable long lead, a little short lead for when things get a bit tricky, extra water for them. You want a dozen poo bags or more, and of course, a pocket full of treats. Some of the terrain might be a little bit rough, so some little doggy boots aren't a bad go. Now, the other thing is, whichever path you take, when you've got a dog, a wheelie dog or not, the Welsh government have got some concerns, obviously, because on the mountainside, they've got livestock, they've got sheep, they've got cows grazing. So, of course, if you're going to take a dog up there, it's essential that you always keep them on a lead whenever you're in the vicinity of any herds of sheep or cows. So, your pet is not to pose any risk to wildlife, and that includes other people's dogs. Well, of course, Skylar's fine because she's on a lead at all times on her wheelchair. We're planning on taking Mika and Luna the pug with us. Might sound a bit much, but we sort of take them everywhere we go, so they can't really miss out. We're also taking our mountain truck, the famous mountain truck. Now, we need that because if they get tired, especially Skylar, we can just pop her wheelchair on the back of it and pop her in the mountain truck, which she loves. If you watch her other videos, you'll know that how much she loves it. You can't get her out of it once she's in. So we need to take something like the mountain truck just in case she gets tired. The two little ones should be fine. So that's good. So you've got to be prepared. I think some high calorie drinks. Me myself, I'll go for a cheese topped bap with a bit of ham and cheese on it, but also the high calorie drinks. If you're going up with a dog, able dogs can obviously get to the top with their owners. But just remember, if you do go to Snowdon, you must respect it because it's not an easy thing to do. There's a danger on any mountain like that. So you'll see signs on the way for access land. Put your dog on a lead then. If you're walking on a network that's a public footpath, your dog needs to be legally under a close control, not necessarily on a lead. But me personally, I'm just thinking, let's keep them on their leads. So we're really, really excited about this trip. So it's going to take us, a good 8 weeks to get ready for that. Plus, as well as that, we're off to Cornwall roundabouts, either before or after Snowdon. Probably before, to meet up with Jane, Caramel's mum. So we're having like a little small dog Olympics on the beach. We have put it out there. We're hoping other people will come along with their dogs, their wheelie dogs. So that'd be great. And have a great day. Again, for the PDSA, to raise funds for the PDSA, who do an absolutely great job. There's so many animals who wouldn't get treated if their owners, haven't got the funds for a private vet. So yeah, they do a fantastic job. They've been running since 1917, I believe, and that's a fair amount of time, and they've done really well. So please, if you're out there, you're listening, and I know you will, if you can go on our Facebook page, and you'll see a please give, which is for the PDSA. It goes straight to PDSA. That'd be wonderful if you could make a small donation. That'd be great. So I hope you can when we're going up Snowdon. You've got to be aware that cattle, even though they live there, they can also pose a threat when you're going along with your dog. And we've got to be especially careful with Skyla because she's in a wheelchair. So dogs can aggravate the mothers with young calves and arouse their instincts. Normally, cows are like laid back, but you've got to be very careful. So don't let your dog off the lead. Focus on yourself if you start being chased by a cow. And hope your dog will run off and then you can meet up with them later. But it doesn't happen very often, but you have got to be aware that that could. When you're tackling Snowdon with dogs, and we've taken 3 of them, we've got to remember what we've said about the leads. Don't scare off other animals. Even though you're on a mountain, you think, oh, well, it's okay out here. Don't forget, pick up your poop. If you're with a dog, maybe a quieter, less popular route. Water is vital for you and your dog. Take regular breaks to rest their little paws. This is good stuff. Coming back down can be as scary as going up. Be careful, because don't forget you're going at a faster pace, and don't let your dog pull you. You got to watch that with Skyla because she's on wheels. Oh, talking about wheels, our fantastic wheels that we got her, the electric scooter wheels, which we've swapped over, are more than adequate for Mount Snowdon because they're air-filled tyres, 8-inch tyres the same. They're going to do fantastic as we go up Snowdon. We've tried them in all the woods and that and rough terrain around here in the parks, and they are superb. They've made the wheelchair completely different. It just bounces along now, bounces up the curbs much, much quicker than it did before, and we're really pleased with it. Keep tuning in because this is going to be a long-term series. We're going to let you know every step of the way how the van's doing, what we're doing with the van. We're going to show you as we're doing it, so it'll be like a camper build. Prepare yourself for Snowdon trip. That's going to be great. I think so. We lost the other van when it got stolen, and that was bad. But we're going to do it with this one now. Hopefully, I don't know if there's like a record for a wheelie dog climbing up Snowdon. But yeah, we're going to have a go. Get some fantastic shots on the way up, on the way down. Going to do a running commentary video of everything we see, which obviously you'll be seeing as well as we're going along. We're going to stop at the lake, give the dogs something to eat. We'll have a little picnic, make a day of it. It will take that long to go up there. So I'm going to leave it at that now for a minute. Hopefully we'll have Jane on from Cornwall soon. We'll do another podcast. Where are we now? Sunday night's a good night to do it. And hopefully we'll get Jane on. She can let us know what's going down on the Cornwall end for the Dog Olympics. Yeah. So there you go. Thank you all for tuning in. Don't forget, thumbs up, like, share, and definitely, do I need to say it, smash the subscribe button. See you in the next one.